Hi, welcome to Ocean Yumi's channel. So today I am going to talk about that this this young lady. I spoke to somebody from the movement, and we was talking about the young lady that got on alive down Croydon, and it just so happened that how she called her a martyr. Now I had a big problem with that, her calling her a martyr, because she did not go out deliberately to be a martyr. She's not a martyr for a cause of a cause or a set of people. And I feel that's a lot to put on a 15-year-old who died innocently, just, you know, protecting her friend or whatever she was doing because she just had principles and morals and like I feel that's such a big thing to put onto someone's child. Um, I wouldn't want somebody to think of my child as a martyr when it's not even their fault why they passed away in the first place. She passed away in on one crazy circumstances. Crazy circumstances. I also realized that people pick and choose which cause they want to fight for. They stopped talking about the Peckham shop and started going to Croydon. There is nothing wrong in it whatsoever. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. But it's just the two things, it's the same. Like that's why I said what I said previously before. Now, this young lady is now a so called martyr because they're going to start doing groups for children and stuff like that. As Chia already explained, there was already these things already in place for the young people. And a bunch of people emotionally coming together at that time thinking, yeah, okay, we're gonna jump on the bandwagon, saying we're gonna do something, then they don't be consistent, then it turns into a bit of a thing. And like just like Richard, she comes uh a memory. They just totally forget them after a while. Unless the anniversary comes up or something. But you shouldn't have to remember them when the anniversary comes up or whatever. So when somebody said a martyr, I was very, very disturbed by that. Because so does that mean that the next young person that gets unalived in such a way by the hands of another teenager, whether it be a boy or a girl, that they are a martyr? I think not, because the parents, what was the parents be thinking at this point? That everybody's just like trying to use her for their cause, trying to use their child for their cause. It's like where is there's no fault in anything. Like, there's been so many deaths in our community. And I say our community because I am of colour. So I feel that, you know, even people saying, oh yeah, right, you gotta be down at the spot where it happened. Yes, some people can reach, yes, but other people, it's not applicable, even if it's on a weekend or whatever it is. And everywhere and everybody do their thing a little way different. Even how I'm talking about her now, that's still key. That's still talking about her. I'm still, you know, putting my point of view on what happened to her. I just don't do it too much because it goes into overkill. There's only so much time you can talk about getting our talking getting our young people sorted out. Ideally, it's about what they seen and they mimic and they learn. And that's once again I'll bring up Chia's Phoenix on this one because like I said, if you go to her that video that I put up of her, she explains exactly what the young people's going through, all walks of life, right? In fact, when she started explaining something, somebody came into my mind. So when people's emotionally jumping onto stuff and calling young girls martyrs, she's not a martyr. She's not a martyr. She's an innocent that was somewhere, and some idiot chose to unalive her, which means that how there is something missing, there's something lacking, there's something going on. There's only so much the services people can do for them. Certain people who's been in the system, out of the system, in the system. So when you call in someone a martyr, she is not Fred Hampton, Angela Davis. She's not like that because she didn't come into no movement to fight for no movement. For you to put her on as a front piece to make a song and dance about it, then after a year or two, she's forgotten. She's forgotten, just like every other body else who I have done videos about in the past. They're just forgotten. They're just forgotten about. They're just forgotten totally, totally. The only person always mentioned every year is Stephen Lawrence, but that's because even Stephen Lawrence was innocently taken away, right? And even that, his parents' circumstances, they broke up after how many years they broke up because the pressure of losing a son got to them as well as public, public as well. So whoever the young lady, because I think her name's Eliane, her parents have a lot on their head. You cannot go putting such a large thing on a young 15-year-old. She's not a martyr. Once again, she's an innocent. Happened to protect her friend. They were on the bus coming from school, most probably, and an idiot decided to take target on her because he liked either her or her friend, and then he decided that how he wanted to unalive her. That's an innocent. That's a person who's probably still in limbo, hasn't even realized that she's passed, she's still around, and then people's there trying to use her spirit because they have nothing to do with themselves, so to make themselves feel good. And calling her a martyr. When I heard that word, I don't know. I was just so shocked. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I said, wow. And it's interesting. I was meant to go to the event. What I find in when you go to these events, it's all hot, 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 hot for the first couple weeks, first couple months, and then after a while it goes quiet. The sounds go quiet, then it goes silent, and then it's work as usual. I mean, because even if you are doing stuff, things like this cross your mind and whatever else. So people are just on some bandwagoning thing. It's a bandwagon thing, and that's what I think about it. And if you think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, because look at the girl on the thumbnail. That's a girl who was striving to become somebody, to do something in her life, and some fool, somebody's son, even though they're saying he is a victim of circumstances who took away her life. Then the following week there was another stabbing of another teenager. Well, did you see everybody rushing to the scene there? No. I think I barely saw anything about what happened there. Then I think a couple of days later, a man got unalive by a woman somewhere else. So it's like continuous and continuous. It's every day now. I mean, it was every day before, but now it's like something else now. So I'm not going to stay on here and lecture because there's no point I'm giving a lecture. I'm just saying the whole reason why I put what I put in the title, she is not a martyr. She's not a martyr. She's an innocent. She's an innocent. And people need to respect her family. Yes, turn up to the vigils. Yes, I'm not going to say don't go to the vigils, don't go to certain things. But some forums, I don't know. I have to question some of them sometimes because you are using her face, probably her image, for your cause or to make you feel better for whatever reason, right? She is not for that. Okay. If anything, that boy should have gone through a rites of passage, something to know that when a girl rejects you, you don't go and you do that to a girl. You don't turn violent on a girl or woman or whatever. So I'm not gonna go on because this is just a quick one because I had to do it this morning before I go and do what I have to do so I can get it out of my head because it's just crazy. I'm just thinking to myself, this is grown people who's putting matrodon or matrodon, I think it is, on a young girl. Big people. People need to stop. You know, you need to stop at this point. If you're not going to be there for the family, because when everything goes quiet, the press goes quiet, and everything else goes quiet, and they stop putting her image on the newspapers, it's going to go quiet again until another person is on the live. So I'm not going to go on. I'm just going to come off because I'm going to get mad. And I don't want to be mad where I have to go. I have to be quite calm and deal with what I got to deal with. Because at this point, like I said, you have to put yourself in the parents' shoes. If you haven't had a child taken away from you from young, when they're young, you don't understand what they're going through. Like I said, my stepson was unalived at one point. So I know, I seen what the mother went through. I seen what the father went through, and it never stops. The mother. In fact, the mother takes very long to get herself to gather herself together. Every time she goes past that room where that child was, she'll be crying. Every time she goes somewhere, she looks at a photograph of her child, her and her husband. Right, they will feel it more. We on People on the outside don't get this. Just using people name for cause. No, don't use her for no cause. If you are going to use her for something positive, is to create something so that a young child or young man will know that you do not do that. When you get rejected or whatever, you don't go on unaliving people because like you want that person. So with that said, I'm going to come off because I'm just going to just like well, But please leave a comment underneath the live, and I'll see you in the next live. Thank you. Bye.